Good morning. It is day number 4 on board the brand new Celebrity Xcel. Today we are in Cozumel, Mexico. We're doing a fun excursion. It's our first time being in Mexico on a cruise together. We're doing the small group salsa making and salsa dancing class today. It's a beautiful day. We have great weather. It's around 77 degrees. We're not going swimming, which is usually when we're in these ports. We're bringing a bathing suit, so bring in shorts. Gonna get off soon, explore the port area here, and then start that excursion. I think you go to a market, you go and like pick out the ingredients, they show you what to look for, you actually make the food together, and then margaritas, you start dancing, they show you how to do the traditional Mexican dancing and all that. So it'll be fun. We booked it because we're not very good at dancing, and we do like to make good food at home, so hopefully we could take back some of these recipes and make some authentic Mexican guacamole and salsas and all that back at home. But before we get off, we gotta go get some coffee, get some breakfast. Let's do it. If you watched yesterday's vlog, you know we ate at this restaurant called Mosaic. They gave us this box last night when I came back to the room at like 1 a.m. Let's see what's in it. It says, "Thank you for choosing to dine with us." Oh, that's pretty cool. It's just a bunch of chocolate. Let's try one. Nice. We're super late to breakfast today. It's like 10:12. Here's what it looks like in here at 10 a.m. on a port day. Not too bad, honestly. The ship docked at 7:30 today, so you can see it's honestly not overwhelming. Tons of space, tons of tables to sit down at. I really, really like this buffet. And the cool thing is, like we said, I think on a previous vlog, it's open until midnight, so you can just chill out here and hang out and grab. They have like a midnight buffet, which is really sweet. All right, we got the water, the OJ, the eggs, the croissant, the potatoes, a little bit of fuel before our day dancing away in Cozumel. We got beautiful Harmony next to us. What a gorgeous, gorgeous view. The buffet is such a better experience on here, honestly. Got some food, got some fuel, and now time to get the other fuel, which is the coffee. And if you've been on Celebrity, you know Cafe El Bacio is incredible. So we're gonna go get a little iced coffee before we walk off. All right, cheers. Let's get some fuel. And just like that, we're off the ship in Mexico. Super windy day today. Beautiful day to make some salsa and dance our butts off a little bit. It's 11:24. We usually try to get off the ship by like 9, 10, but we just wanted to enjoy, have a slower morning. I was up late last night, so this was perfect. And we're excited. We'll show you guys around the port area a little bit here. All right, so in port today, obviously we have the Xcel, our baby girl there, and then we have Harmony, we have Norwegian Dawn and Norwegian Gem over there. So I think there's another port, maybe half a mile down I saw some other ships at, but this is a gorgeous day here in port. First impressions, Scotty, what do you think?
It's beautiful. The water's so blue. I'm excited to check it out.
So when you walk off, here's what it looks like. You got a Margaritaville over here with some music. We're actually going to be meeting for our tour right in front of us, but I think we'll probably just end up walking around, looking at some shops real quick. We got about 40 minutes until we got to be back here. See what we can buy in Mexico.
Yeah.
All right, Scotty, let's find you a hat. Yeah, that's a good one. A little Corona. Oh, that's what you need. That's what you need. That looks great. We want to get some ornaments for a tree. This might actually be a good spot to look for an ornament. Do you see any ornaments? Ah, right here. We don't have to get one here, but yeah, we got some cool ones.
And we need to like retroactive the ones that we already.
I know, we need to get the, yeah, we need to order them on Amazon, the places we've been to. So these are like really cool looking like ceramic sets that you can get for just different things that you would have at your house, like serving bowls and plates and platters. I like that stuff. Here's some more ornaments. Anything that you found cool? I know, I feel like this would be really cool to have on the tree. I'll let you pick it out. You know you're in Mexico when you find the Senor Frogs. May have to check that out before we head back on the ship. Also, there's like this beautiful spot right off of the port. We're here till 7:30. Maybe we could just grab our bathing suit from the ship and jump in right here, yeah. Crystal clear water, honestly. Gorgeous though. Cheers. Something about a Mexican beer in Mexico. All right, so we just grabbed a beer at Margaritaville, which is right on the port. We had a couple minutes to spare, so we got a beer. Really like those guys over there. If you're in Cozumel, make sure you check them out. Right off of the pier here, they've got a Margaritaville, so that was awesome. And now we're about to go check in for our excursion, so let's head over to the check-in point. All right, Scotty, gotta practice your dancing real quick.
I'm nervous.
Chef Gael is going to be waiting for us at the other end of this taxi. So we just got off the taxi. It was like a 25-minute ride, just seeing all the shops, and then now we're heading in to do our class.
It's good. It's perfect.
Yeah, that's how you know. That's how you know. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho.
So this one is tequila blanco, guys, for mixing. Reposado, 1 year. Añejo, 7 years. Extra añejo, 12 years. And black tequila, 18 years. Okay, then breathe in and then breathe out. Okay.
This is not the tequila I know, right?
Well, with all the respect, you know, when you guys get in the States, it's not tequila, it's tequila.
All right, we're back in the room. We had an awesome excursion. This was our first time together in Cozumel. It's been probably, I want to say like 5 years, 6 years since I've actually been in Cozumel myself, maybe even longer than that. We did the small group salsa making and salsa dancing class. When you sat down, you were kind of taken to a private area. You washed your hands first. You went to the bathroom, washed your hands, and then they sat you down. There were only 7 people in our group. When you say small group, you never really know how small it's going to be. This was a very small, only three, 4 couples that were with us, and then kind of started prepping. We made the pico de gallo. We then made the roasted salsa where they roasted the vegetables and you make that. Then we made the guac, and then we sort of ate a little bit of that. We ended up doing the salsa dancing. While we were doing the salsa dancing, they actually came out and brought tacos and different things that the chefs have made back in the kitchen. And so throughout that whole time, you're drinking margaritas. You pretty much can have as many margaritas and drinks as you want, beers, waters, Cokes. It was a really, really fun class. Scotty and I both said that this was one of our favorite excursions that we've ever done. The price was very good at the end. Once you were done with the cooking and the dancing, you actually got to try a lot of tequilas. We ended up buying a tequila. We really enjoyed the tequila part of it, and just learning about it. And honestly, it's just a souvenir at the end of the day that we ended up coming home with. And what was really cool, we bought this tequila. We tried a bunch. We probably spent 30 minutes learning about tequila, trying all the tequilas. When you get back into the port, they make you check it. But because we're on Celebrity, because we've already paid for the drink package, you actually didn't have to pay anything extra for it's like they didn't actually take this tequila. So normally what happens is when you buy something like alcohol off the ship, they actually check it and give it to you on the last day. Because we had the drink package, I've never seen this before, they let us just keep this and bring it to our room. So normally they wouldn't let us have this. We have to get it on the last day, but because we have the drink package, we were able to bring it back. We had a great chef. We had a lot of fun with our group. We honestly, it was like a little awkward at the beginning because we didn't know any of these people, but then at the end we felt like family. We're excited to see them around the ship. So definitely an excursion I would add if you're planning on going on Celebrity. I know Royal Caribbean does this. I think a lot of other cruise lines also do this excursion. Highly, highly recommend. All right, the tequila has finally worn off. Took a good nap, and it's 7 o'clock now, so probably relax for an hour and a half. And it's time for dinner. We're going to go to the Cypress, which is one of the 4 main dining rooms on board the Celebrity Xcel. It's one of the ones we haven't tried yet. And so we're going to go there, grab dinner. There's a bunch of entertainment tonight. There's a parade for the maiden voyage we might check out. There's also the attic. They're doing a show in the attic, which is like the club attic space. 254 West, I believe is what it's called. So it's kind of like a groovy sort of show. I have no idea really what it's about. So we're gonna go hang out there, probably grab some cocktails along the way. So bring you guys along, let you know what we think of the entertainment, everything on night 4. All right, Scotty, how is the lentil soup?
It's very good. I get a soup every night, and it's honestly up there. It's one
up
of the better
there?
ones, yeah.
Nice. All right, I got the jerk chicken tonight. It looks super good, a huge portion. Scotty, what'd you get?
I got the short ribs. It's special for this restaurant.
So good. Enjoy.
Thank you.
All right, we wrapped up dinner. It was really, really good. I'm just so full. They gave me literally half a chicken. Scotty, you had a huge portion of
Short ribs. They're really good.
So now we're gonna go grab, we didn't get dessert. We're actually gonna do dessert here at Cafe El Baccio, get a dessert cocktail, and they have like
Maybe
these little cookies, and then maybe we'll just explore the ship. And I think we said we're gonna play some games, so
Yes.
we'll bring you guys along. All right, here is their coffee cocktail menu. They got the salted caramel, Tia cappuccino, that actually sounds pretty good. Iced lavender haze, cold brew Negroni, coffee house old fashioned. I think I probably will try maybe this lavender haze or actually this salted caramel martini sounds really good. Just looking for something with a little bit more of a pick me up, and then we'll go enjoy the rest of this beautiful ship. We just came back to the room. They actually gave us a champagne, which is really cool. It says, as a small token of our appreciation and to celebrate this milestone, we are delighted to offer you this bottle of sparkling wine. Please enjoy it with our warmest compliments. That's really awesome. And then we got invited to this thing tomorrow, the Captain's Club celebration. It's with Captain Kirk and a very special guest. I have no idea who it is, but it's from Neil, Josh, and Vanessa, which I believe, actually, this is the concierge team. I was gonna say it's the cruise directors, but it's definitely not the cruise directors. So maybe we'll go tomorrow. This is at 10:30. Pretty cool. Appreciate Celebrity's done a lot on this cruise, just to say thank you for cruising with us. We were just down there and they did like a big captain's meet the captain thing, and I think they're doing a lot to kind of bring the captain forward on this brand new maiden voyage. So you're probably wondering, what is this 254 West show that they're setting up for? To be honest, we don't really know. We're up here in the attic playing some games, but they actually do like performances in here too, and then turn it into a club. So really, really cool. We'll show you guys what this is all about.
Give me a 4. Give me a West.
All right, we just wrapped up the 254 West show in the attic in the club area. It was awesome. It was really, really good. It started a little bit slow, but then they picked it up and it was awesome. If you ever get the chance to come on, make sure you hit this show. The singing, the dancing, it was phenomenal. We were actually in the back doing a little bit of a puzzle. They have these really cool tablets, like screens that you can play on, and a lot of games and stuff. So we're hanging out there, just having a good time watching the show. We're gonna head to the casino. Fingers crossed we win some money. One more night after tonight, and we are just absolutely loving this ship, ready to book our next one on the Xcel. Good morning. It is our last day on board the maiden voyage here on the Celebrity Xcel. We're absolutely loving this ship, and honestly, there's a lot to do on this last day. There's so many different shows, so many activities, and we can't wait to bring you along with us. We're currently off the coast of Cuba. Again, this is our obstructed view balcony. It's really not too bad. You can see they marked this as 10% obstruction. One of the perks when you book with a travel agent is you can actually see how much of the obstruction you have before you book it, versus I think on the website it doesn't actually tell you how much of an obstruction you have, but We ended up paying a lot less for this room because of this right here. So we ended up sleeping in a bit. We were up late last night. We were at that party. We just got breakfast. We did a walk with our coffee. It was really nice. We've got lunch coming up. We're gonna go hang out by the pool. There's so much to do today. We're excited about showing you around the ship. One cool thing that we got today from Celebrity was some little desserts. So they've been giving us a ton of like little things throughout this cruise. They gave us champagne the other day, but we woke up this morning and we left for a second. We actually had like the Do Not Disturb on, where they delivered some chocolate covered strawberries, little desserts. So really appreciative of all they're doing, and it's pretty cool. They're kind of going above and beyond. I don't know if this is normal on Celebrity, like to get all this stuff. Some of the things we've gotten in the room is for the maiden voyage, but they've definitely given us a lot of sweet treats and things along the way. Looks a little bit different today in terms of the buffet. Little charcuterie, little brie. Time to grab some lunch. We haven't really eaten a ton today, so this is Scotty's first meal. So they do like an extravaganza with seafood. You can see they've got seafood literally all over the place. I actually just grabbed some sauteed. This is incredible. I mean, like, look at how many shrimp they have. Different shrimp. Some of the big ones, some of the small ones. Pretty cool. All right, I got some shrimp, some pasta. This is like some curry with rice. I actually put the rice on top. Scotty got a salad. She's heading off to get more from the bar. I think she's getting some fajitas. So bon appetit. This looks really good. There's so many options here. It's insane. All right, we're back in the room. It's 2:30. There's a lot of stuff going on around the ship. We've honestly just been taking it pretty easy. Enjoyed the entertainment up by the pool deck. We actually came back to the room. We got this really cool sort of certificate from the captain on board that just basically says we were on the maiden voyage. Super cool. Like we said before, Celebrity's been giving us a lot of freebies on the ship and just cool things to remember the sailing. It's different from Royal, where Royal gave you kind of like the hats and some of the swag. Here they're kind of giving you a bunch of just cool kind of tokens just to say, hey, you were on board one of the first sailings on the Xcel. So I'm gonna head down to the casino. Fingers crossed we get lucky. It's been kind of a slower, got up and down sort of cruise, so hopefully we win big. Scotty's gonna go do a little workout, and we'll be back for some afternoon activities. We got some shows, some things we want to show you guys, so stay tuned for that.
That would have been nice, but I didn't mean to do that.
All right, we had some fun in the casino, lost some money like we always do. Actually played for about an hour and a half on $100, so that was a win. Let's go check out the bazaar. They're doing a huge festival thing. Want to show you guys what it's all about. They've completely like changed this again. This is like the third different decorations in here that they've put on these LEDs. Super cool. Walk through the bazaar. Really cool, honestly.
It was really cool.
They completely changed it into Mexico theme. What was it before? Like a Jamaica or like a
Caribbean.
Island theme. So they did a bunch of dancing. Even the bazaar, when you're walking through like the what do we call, like the art pieces or whatever, like those digital screens, they changed the scent in there. Like everything was completely different. So really cool. Tonight we're still trying to figure out what our dinner plans are. Honestly, we might just wing it and kind of decide last minute like we've been doing every day. Wow, look how much sun I got in my eyes. Oh my gosh.
I didn't even notice that.
Until then, I'm gonna change. Probably we'll get a cocktail somewhere. Just kind of maybe pack up, which is really sad because we're loving this ship. But and hopefully you guys are enjoying this so far. Been quite a lazy day. Just hanging out on the beautiful Xcel. You wanna see what the worst thing to see on your cruise is? It's the bag outside the door. That's terrifying. And just like that, we're packed up, ready for our last dinner. Where are we going?
I don't know.
What menu did you look at and decide?
Maybe we should try the one we haven't tried.
Okay, we're gonna go to Cosmopolitan. There's a 7:30 show tonight. We may go check out. Maybe go back to the speakeasy, but it's super sad. This is our last night, so we're gonna go make the most of it. Probably grab a little drink before dinner, and we'll show you guys what the last night on board your Celebrity Xcel sailing could look like. escargot and the corn soup. Enjoy. We got the lobster to share. I know you're excited about that. What'd you order?
I did the chicken gyro special tonight.
Chicken gyro, that's a special. And then the steak, bon appetit. We were just saying, we've never actually been in those plunge pools. We're traveling with the cruising bear, also known as Jeremy, who you guys might know from the podcast, and he loves those. But yeah, we're gonna go grab a drink quickly from the Sunset Bar, enjoy what's left of the sunset. I love that dress, by the way.
Thank you.
Beautiful. All right, here you go. Cheers. This bar is absolutely insane. I love you, girl, but look at this thing. This is awesome. I know, like every ship needs to have a sunset bar. Tonight has been an incredible last night. Dinner was amazing. Got the lobster, got the steak. We ended up going up to the magic carpet, grabbed a drink up there, and then went straight to the show. We absolutely loved the Between Takes show. It was amazing. Like just the acting, the story behind it, the dancing, all of the entertainment on Celebrity has been phenomenal. Wow, my face is so sunburned from today. Let's go check out the midnight buffet. We're coming up on midnight. Let's go see what they have for food in the buffet on the Celebrity Xcel. One of the coolest things about the Xcel is all the lighting, all of the decor. Like, look how fancy this space looks when you're walking through. They've got all the colors, the lighting. It's just a beautiful ship. I mean, the decor is insane. It's all these little things like this textured area that they do a really nice job at just making the ship feel so exquisite. It's super windy up here, but we just wanted to show you guys what it looks like again from this view. You can see we got the monkey statue, but one of the most beautiful ships in the world at night specifically. I know we did the party up here the other night with the Shine the Night and everything, but when you can see without the people, it just truly is so beautiful. So they have so many desserts. I mean, I've never really seen this. So many desserts. They've got tons of little sandwiches. You got like a tomato mozzarella crab sandwich like at midnight. Are you serious? Pastrami, assorted cheeses. You've got a whole like salad bar. I know Scotty had one of these the other night. You can literally make your own salad with all these different things. I mean, and then we have the pizza. We didn't even show you guys the pizza, but phenomenal setup here for the midnight buffet. All right, we've shown you guys that they make their dough and everything fresh every day. But yeah, this is the pizza. Let me show you just this is the cheese. That's what the bottom looks like. It's almost like a Neapolitan style. Very thin, very airy, honestly very delicious. And yeah, I put it up there. I mean, Sorrento's is nowhere near as good as this, honestly. So we're gonna enjoy this, and then we'll get back to the evening activities. Well, just like that, unfortunately, our 5 nights on the Celebrity Xcel had to come to an end at some point. Hey, we're gonna head back to the house. We're gonna do a review right now. You guys don't have to wait to hear it of this ship. My wife and I, Scotty, are gonna sit down and review this beautiful ship. So let's head back to Charlotte. All right, we're back from the cruise. We figured we would do sort of like a sit down, real talk, just debrief of the 5-night cruise on the Xcel. I think it's one of those things where you're on the ship and everything seems so new and so exciting, but then sometimes when you get home, you start to reflect a little bit more about your experience. And so let's start with maybe food first.
Yeah, I like that.
How would you say the food stacked on Celebrity from what you saw compared to what you've seen in the past?
I think the food was excellent. I think just everything seemed a bit elevated in terms of just like the food, the quality, a lot of like different options. I'll start, I guess, with the, what do they call their Ocean View Cafe?
Yeah. Which is
similar to like the Windjammer on Royal, but it was just a much better experience. There was a ton of options every single day. It was just very clean. Like it didn't feel like your normal like cruise buffet. Would you agree?
I would agree. It felt very spacious and it didn't feel like as hectic. I think you guys saw this in a lot of our videos, even on the sea day when we were trying to show you like how chaotic the buffet felt during a sea day. You could see compared to some of the other ships we've shown you guys, it definitely had a better feeling. And I think one of the downsides with food maybe is that there's not like all these restaurants like that you can eat for free. Like you have the pizza, you have the buffet, you have the burgers by the pool that we showed, but then you don't have like, I guess like El Loco Fresh or some of those options, like the Doghouse. So it's a smaller ship, so I think you just have to make sure that you're thinking about that when you're looking at meals. Most of your meals are going to be main dining room, your specialty dining, your buffet, and then you'll probably add like the burger place or maybe a specialty dining lunch or what else? I mean, those are like the big ones. You could go to the cafe and
the cafe had some little snacks and stuff like that.
But I would say that was like the downside is like there weren't like 25 different eateries on board, right? Like you were primarily eating in those spots, but the spots they did have were really good. You didn't have to wait in lines. So I think like kind of like the pros and cons of it.
Yeah. And I think the main dining room too, it was unique because there was 4 different main dining rooms you could go to, and they all had like their own like specialty options, like depending on that theme. Like there was like the Italian one, the French one, the American one, and then more of like a Mediterranean one. But I thought everything I ate in the main dining room was like really, really good. I would say, like in my opinion, the main dining room food was better than the food I've had on like past ships on Royal. It just felt like a little, again, more elevated.
Even some of the main dining room food, like the pasta, was better than like what we'd have in specialty on Royal. Like, we always do specialty dining on Royal Caribbean just because we love food. Like we love good food. You don't have to. You can go and eat for free stuff, but we really like good food, so we always upgrade our food. But I would say the main dining room meals on this cruise felt better than like some of the specialty meals we've had on other ships, which that's telling you like the value you get. Let's talk about the room real quick, because we did try a different room on this one. We talked about that in the vlog on the first day, how we did the infinite balcony. What did you think? I mean, did you like that? Would you do it again if you had the chance to do it, or would you rather have kind of the step out balcony?
No, I really liked it. I think it like made your room feel bigger. I kind of liked it. You could like put the window like half down, so it wasn't like you weren't fully out in the open. So I liked it. I honestly didn't really miss having the balcony. I feel like even when we get the balcony, we go out like once or something. Like we don't spend that much time out there. Maybe if it was a longer cruise,
or if you're like in the Mediterranean or something where you're like, oh, it's really cool and I want to be outside. Other than that, we didn't really use it. Like we didn't feel like we needed to step outside that much. So I agree. I really liked the room. I would say the room steward like was really good. I forget his name, but
you got like
chocolates.
Chocolates. They like, I forget what you call it, like close down service, or what do you call that?
Yeah, turn down. So like twice a day. So instead of just having the once a day, everyone gets twice a day, and that makes a big difference, honestly. Yeah. So all the other cruise lines used to do that. Did you have that on your first cruise?
Maybe,
I think after COVID, they stopped doing it. They only had one. So, like, I mean, twice a day makes a big difference.
It's nice. And they, like, dim the lights for you. You get, like, chocolate every night. So, it's a nice experience.
You're not going to see, like, towel animals and stuff as much on Celebrity. Maybe occasionally. We didn't have any in our room. But, yeah, overall, room was great. We had an obstructed 10% like we showed you guys. It was not bad at all. Let's talk about entertainment. Right, so I think we love like all the entertainment. Did you feel like you were bored at all on this cruise?
No, I didn't. I think we were more worried about you because you like all the entertainment. I think most nights we saw some sort of show. Like there was usually 2 options after dinner. We saw one most nights except for maybe 1 or 2. And then there was a lot of just different options. Like live music was always around different parts of the ship. And, you know, going to like the speakeasy that we love, there was always some sort of like entertainment or live music.
The speakeasy on this ship, we talked about it a lot, but we absolutely loved it. That was one of our main spots that we hung out every single night, and we were so bummed we couldn't take out. They were really strict. Like someone would pull out their phone, even just to show the menu of like, oh, this is what we're going to order, like, or I can't see it because it's so dark. They would even say, hey, you guys can't have that to even light up your menu. So that was interesting, but we loved the speakeasy. We talked a ton about that on the vlog. And then to your point, every night we did the show, and then a lot of times they had the party too.
Yeah.
So they had like the light, shine the night, then they had the country party. We were, I think, both of those, and the country one was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
They did that in the club, and there were a ton of people doing the line dancing and stuff too. So really liked the entertainment. And the 2 cruise directors, that was the first time we ever had 2. So Luigi and Shauna, they were fantastic.
Yeah, they were really good.
One other thing I would mention on entertainment was like the poolside entertainment.
Yeah.
They had like the coolest day ever on one of the sea days. I thought that was really cool. They had like a DJ, they had a bunch of balls. Like we just enjoyed sitting around by the pool a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And doing that. Entertainment wise, I wasn't really bored. I
No.
felt like there was,
Yeah, there's a lot.
It was more about like having a drink and just being in certain spots around the ship. Like whether you're sitting in the bazaar or the club or by the martini bar, it was more about just like lounging and enjoying the music, I think, rather than singing and dancing. Even though they did have the dancing, it wasn't as much about that.
Yeah.
You know, like I think about like the pub, I think about like the schooner bar or some of like those big parties that Royals throws. You don't have that on Celebrity as much, would you say?
Yeah, not as much, but I feel like they did like at a lot of the different bars at different times of the day, there was like some sort of entertainment, like live music or like acoustic guitar. There was like a band that would come to the martini bar a lot in like the main atrium area. So I feel like they did a good job with that.
And then like they did even have some events like the silent disco. So if you're into stuff like that, like they're bringing that on pretty much every cruise now. They do have stuff like that. The nice thing with this cruise was there weren't a lot of kids. Like we talked about that in the vlog too.
Yeah.
Like we love kids. We hang out with kids on the weekend. We have friends that have kids. We don't have any kids yet, but you didn't see a lot of kids. So for those adults out there that are like wanting a casual getaway without kids, I would recommend looking at Celebrity because you're not going to see many kids on board. Overall, the ship was gorgeous. We didn't know what we were getting ourselves into really with the Edge class. So you have like the magic carpet, which was, I mean, such a cool thing. You can eat dinner out there if you want to do that, or you can just kind of grab a sunset drink like we did, which was, you know, just beautiful sunset spot. And then you have the rooftop garden, which we love. That was honestly one spot we didn't hang out as much, I would say.
Yeah.
You don't see that as much in the vlogs, but for people that want to hit those plunge pools on the side, that's a great spot. We did see someone get engaged there. It's just a beautiful kind of hangout. So that's another spot if you don't want to get wet and hang out by the pool. Sunset Bar, that was one of my favorites.
Yeah, we liked hanging out there.
That was a good sail away spot. The solarium, we spent some good time in the solarium, the pool. Going down the martini bar is like this open atrium, Cafe El Baccio. I mean, we really hung
We
out.
liked Cafe El Baccio. They had very good coffee.
You know what spot really surprised me was the club. Like,
Yeah.
I really didn't think we were going to be in the club because I was like, oh, I'm not like a clubbing guy. But the club on this ship is like sort of like where they do all their events. So all the different game shows, and also the attic is where we hung out a lot. So on the attic, they have all these free games that are like for adults. Like they have the Golden Tee golf one that Jeremy was playing. They have these big tables with puzzles that you can do, which we did a couple of puzzles and that was so fun. They're like the virtual puzzles, so you don't have to deal with the pieces. Foosball. Yeah, that was a really, really cool spot. So for like the adults that like games and doing stuff, that's a good place to hang out in the evenings. You could always get a game. Like there was no one there.
It wasn't bad. And they had a golf simulator there too. I think you can rent it out if you had like a bigger party.
Yeah, so they have like this room where they do karaoke that you can rent out. You can do, like you said, golf, watch a game, like a really cool kind of space there.
We liked the bazaar. Like we hung out there a good bit. Honestly, like the Spice Cafe in the bazaar was really good. Like going back to food.
That was one spot I missed. Like the free food. I forgot about the bazaar because that spot was probably the top, like for us, besides the buffet.
Really unique breakfast options like acai bowls, and then for lunch you could build your own like carnitas bowls, and I think that's what it was. But it was really good.
They had like the mole beef or whatever. That was really good. The whole area, the bazaar, is just interesting. They try to bring like everything off the ship onto the ship from a cultural standpoint. So since we were Caribbean and Mexico, everything was like Caribbean and Mexican, like the food, the shows that they did, the stuff in the shops, and like all the decor, even that long hallway that has all those LED lights that you guys saw a couple times on the vlogs. They changed every single day. And then like even the scents as you walked in, like smelled different. So there was like an aqua day or aqua festival and it smelled like a certain way. And the next day was like a different one and had a different scent. So like they really did a great job with the bazaar. It was kind of funny. They had to do like an event where they like explained what the bazaar was, which I was like, I get it, because it's like the first time Celebrity's ever done it, but I think people really enjoyed it. Every time we were there during the sea days, it was crowded. So that's what they're trying to do is like, how do we use that venue more throughout the day? And I think based on what I saw, I'm not seeing it on the other ships. People were in there the whole day. So,
one thing we didn't do, which maybe next time, is like their like spa area and even like their gym. Honestly, like for, you know, if you're gonna work out on vacation. It was actually like a really nice gym, and they had like a beautiful spa that we could have gotten like a day pass to, with like sauna and steam room and like all sorts of different like wellness things. So that was a really cool area. We didn't spend a ton of time there, but it was like you could get a pass there and really go every day, which would have been really
And they have
cool.
like an outdoor, I think the Xcel was the only one they said that had like the outdoor vitamin C deck. So like you can still have like a pretty private deck to hang out at if you just want to get some sun. It was like what, 120?
Yeah, at 120 a person, I think.
Yeah.
So not terrible.
I would say another downside to Celebrity in general is just their drink package is pretty expensive. So if you're going to get the drink package, like the ultimate drink package, it's not like $60 a day. It's more like $90 a day. So we book cruises, and if you book cruises through a travel agent, you get what's called usually a group rate. Our group rates come with the drinks and the Wi-Fi, but it's like the classic drinks, which includes up to $12. So it's like your vodka sodas. It's like your well stuff, your cheap stuff. So when you go on Celebrity, you can pay to upgrade it from that group rate, from like the classic to the ultimate. That's what we ended up doing on day one. And for both of us, it came out to like $180, $190 for both of us for 5 nights. And we got our money's worth.
Yeah, I think it was worth it.
Because we kept all of the drinks that we would order were upgraded, right? In the speakeasy, we would always get like a $19 drink. So every time you would order a drink, it was usually $7 more. So every time we swiped our card, we're like, wow, we don't have to pay $7 like every single time. So just something to look at if you are planning on going on this class of ship. It's a lot more, I would say, about like the drinks. It's not as much like a party vibe, but like good cocktails. So like you don't see people getting like as drunk and as crazy and as rowdy, but you see people like really sitting down to enjoy a martini or to really enjoy like a world-class like old-fashioned or Cosmo or whatever. So just something to think about. Like if you are going on, you're probably going to want to get that because of how much, if you do drink, you're going to want to maybe think about having the upgraded, because a lot of the drinks look really good. And honestly, we didn't even get to try that much. We don't even think we had one drink in the bazaar at all.
Yeah.
So in terms of wrapping up, anything that you would add, or are you looking forward to maybe getting back on board anytime soon?
Yeah, I know. I love Celebrity. Honestly, it might be my new ship of choice.
Yeah, everything was just totally nice. Like the experience with the towels by the pool deck. They even had games you could rent out. Like everything was just a little bit better than what you've probably experienced on other classes of ships or maybe other cruise lines. It's not obviously like a Silver Sea or, you know, a Seabourn or one of those ultra luxury or even like Ritz-Carlton, right? But like definitely a step in the right direction if you're looking to splurge and you don't want to deal with a ton of crowds. Like I felt like the ship did do a good job of dispersing. There was obviously sometimes like you're getting out of a show and there's obviously 1,000 people walking down a hallway. That's, you can't get around that. But ultimately the ship felt really good, and it's probably our favorite class of ship right now, I would say. Someone asked me, a friend, of like, oh, if you could only cruise on Icon or you could only cruise on the Xcel. It is tough, honestly, but for a 7-night cruise, I think I would choose the Xcel or the Edge class. If you're like, hey, you have to live on this cruise or you can only choose to go on this cruise every time, I think I might get bored of it just because it's a smaller ship. There's not as many things to do, but it is a really, really good class of ship, I will tell you. If you go on it, let us know what you think too. Like leave us a review or leave us a comment below. Your thoughts, even if you've not been on the Xcel, you've been on the Edge class, let us know if like you have the same feelings about this class of ship, because I think we fell in love with it and we can't wait to get back on. So just want to say thank you so much for watching this vlog series. We've got our Alaska vlogs coming up. We've got some cruises that we're going on to the Bahamas later on this month. So we're excited to drop those, the brand new Royal Beach Club. So make sure you're subscribed, and we'll see you back here soon.